hesitate. It's not even a question. You know, take the step and then worry about everything else after, because you in good hands, you know? That's it. But I love that. That's what I love about it. We're like, you know, family. Like you said, we didn't meet in the physical, but I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna call you later. Like we call each other like, you know, it's simple because we understand and we get it. And not a lot of people are gonna get it, and that's okay too. But once you get it, and that's it.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. So let me just tell y'all how much of a commitment I think everybody, you just feel like everybody is for you, and they really want you to win. So it first of all took me a long time to get started, to get on board to begin with, but I would say COVID-19 literally decided for me that this was the path that God wanted me to be on. So once I somehow finally decided that, sure, everything Javon was telling me was, you know, the truth, I signed up, and I actually went through the refund policy. I was like, how can I get my money back? I just need to know right off the bat. So before I even went through all of the training, I was like, all right, I need to know what this is. So I actually went through and I was like, okay, 7 days bet. I put it in my calendar 5 days in. Wow. Like on the day that I set it up, I put it in my calendar 5 days in, that I was like, all right, I'm about to get my refund. And then that was before I had gone on the certified cash. Hey, that was before I had gone on the cash group and like watched the message that Charles had for us. So I hadn't done any of that yet, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do this, like whatever, I got time. So I put it in my calendar for 5 days in, and then I think it was like the second or third day, I finally went and I sat down and I was like, all right, let me just let's just do this. And I promise you, Charles was just telling me what the journey was going to be like. This was the first thing I had to do. I had to write my 5 whys, and then I thought about my whys and I wrote them down, and then I sent it to Javon, and then I was like, okay, great, I have my whys. And then Charles went through the different things that I was going to be learning and what everything was going to happen. And at the end, he pretty much said, I want you to give yourself 18 months. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll give myself 18 months. And I think, I know for a fact that the moment I decided, I listened to his words, I listened, and I realized that if I was giving myself 18 months, that meant that he was going to be here for me, and Javon was going to be here for me, and everyone in this group was going to be here for me for at least. So at least I have 18 months, and I have to commit to 18 months. So once I decided on that, I sent Javon a text message. I was like, hey, I have a confession. So I pretty much just explained everything I explained to you, and he was like, it's fine, it's whatever. So yeah, I honestly was gonna quit 5 days in, and before I got plugged into the community, and there's no looking back now. Like, minimum for me is 18 months, but I already know that in the month and a half that I've been here, I've learned so much. My mindset has shifted so much. The family that I have, I live in Houston right now, and I am so mad at the Rona because I literally wanted to see all of you physically and like just welcome my family, because that's how real it feels for me. So yes, it's great. It's been amazing, and I'm glad I didn't quit 5 days in.
Hey, I love that. And you know what I want people to see is that we don't start anything and come into it with the mentality of I'm going to do this for a week and quit, right? Like, you didn't start school and say, have your first hard class and like, all right, I'm dropping out of school. Now you might have thoughts, I'm not, there's always hard days, right? And same thing like with me as an athlete, right? There's hard days at practice. There's hard times where you might be at a meet, you might not do the best or feel like you gave it your all. But at the end of the day, if you quit, you're quitting on yourself. You're not quitting on anybody else, right? You're quitting on yourself and your whys. And so we come in this thing with the mentality, like she said, giving yourself that 12 to 18 months, right? Why are we doing that? Because if you can give yourself that amount of time, I don't know about you, but the alternative is going to work for the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And we already know with the way the economy's set up, with the way that everything's going, most people work in 9 to 11 different industries, not even different jobs, different industries in 2020, right? The people that are graduating college right now aren't probably even going to be in the same industry a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So for the people that are watching, oh, well, I'm going to get started when this, I'm going to get started when that. Like, that's the thinking that has to change, right? That like we talked about earlier about the investing side. We got to switch that mindset about investing, right? A lot of people talk about what they're going through right now, and that's called complaining when you're talking about it right now. But when you talk about it, when you get over it, that's the testimony. We don't do complaining over here. Charles said, all we do is win-win scenarios. I'm either going to win or I'm going to win. Point blank, period. It might not be today, but guess what? I'm going to win, right? You only need one trade to change your life. You only need to get it.